Welcome to today's webinar, Get Athletes Recruited. My name is Drew and I'm an Associate Education Strategist here at Hudl. Today we'll be covering this agenda. First, we'll take a look at the recruiting overview. Then we'll look at how you can opt in to recruit. Then we'll cover college search and how you can share those schools with your athletes. Then we'll look at sharing an athlete's profile with recruiters. And finally, we'll leave you with some resources and support to make sure that you're always up and running. First, let's dive into what recruiting is. Included at no additional cost in every Hudl subscription is an expanded athlete recruiting profile. Every athlete can now power up their player profile with contact information, academic and athletic stats, highlights, and full game videos to get noticed by recruiters. You can find all things recruiting related from the Recruiting tab towards the top of your Hudl account. As a coach, one of the first things you'll want to do is set your team's recruiting contact. Keeping the recruiting contact updated is important as it displayed on athletes' profiles that have opted into recruiting. To set the coach contact for your team, hover over the Team tab and select Recruiting Settings. Then select the coach whose information you'd like to appear on the athlete's profile. Only team administrators have the ability to set this contact for their team. Athletes must opt into recruiting and allow their Hudl profile to be viewed by registered recruiters. Recruiters can always find an athlete's public profile on Hudl, but opting into this recruiting profile is the fastest, most secure way to let programs know the right information about your athletes and what skills they bring to the team. Now let's see how athletes can opt into recruiting. To get started, the athlete will hover over their name in the top right corner of the screen and select your profile. Then click the light gray Edit Profile button. While on this page, have your athlete take the time to add any additional basic, athletic, and academic information. The most important fields for athletes to fill out are noted with the R icon. These fields are hidden from the public but are viewable by recruiters once an athlete has opted into recruiting. The more filled out a profile is, the more comprehensive view recruiters will have of the individual as a student athlete. Once they've done that, they can click the Recruitment tab. Next, the athlete will toggle Recruitable to green. This allows recruiters to access their information. A good thing to point out here is that recruiters can always find an athlete's public profile, but when an athlete opts into recruiting, they will have access to more of the content that helps them evaluate if an athlete is recruitable. This includes contact information, academic and athletic stats, highlights, and full videos of games. As a coach, you can see which athletes have opted into recruiting from the Manage Team page. To do so, hover over the Team tab and select Manage Team. If there is a green check mark next to the athlete's name under the Recruitable column, that means that they have opted into recruiting, and recruiters can view their profile. Once opted in, athletes can use the College Search Recruiting tool to search and find potential college options. This features allow athletes to evaluate colleges on Hudl, save and rank the colleges they are interested in, as well as contact college coaches from those programs so that they can get recruited to play college sports. To access the College Library page, hover over the Recruiting tab and click on College Search. From here, you can use the filters on the left-hand side to narrow down a list of colleges based on state, school size, gender, and more. You can also use the search bar to find a specific school. This will take you to the college profile page. This page contains a ton of helpful information about the school, including academic requirements for the school, enrollment details, as well as a list of athletic programs the school has to offer. As a coach, you'll be able to recommend schools to your athletes that you think would be a great fit for them. To recommend a school to an athlete, click on the Manage Recommendations tab. Then click Recommend a School. Search for the school and select the school once you've found the one that you're looking for. Then click the Recommend button in the top left corner. Choose the athlete the recommendation is for and leave a message for that athlete. Click the Recommend button and your recommendation will be sent to the athlete to view in their Hudl account. Now that your athletes are opted into recruiting, you can share their profile with recruiters. Start by hovering over the Recruiting tab and select Sharing. On the Sharing page, use the drop-down to select an athlete you'd like to share with a recruiter. Enter the email address of the recruiter you'd like to share this athlete's recruiting profile with. Recruiting profiles can only be shared to .edu or .ca email addresses. Then add a message and click Share. An email will be sent to the recruiter with a link to the athlete's profile. Recruiters are required to log in or create a free account in order to protect any private information on the athlete's profile. They'll have access to recruiting-specific content, including games, academic, and contact information. You will then see this athlete's shared with history will update automatically. To see a summary of all of the shares that you or your athletes have sent, check the All Team Sharing page. Finally, we'll take a look at our resources and support that are always available to you and your team. To get help directly from your Hudl account, click the box in the bottom right corner. Here you can chat with Winnie, who will help you find an answer to any question you may have. Type your question into the text box to search for your answer. Here you'll find the tutorial that will help answer your question. I also want to make sure you know about our Training with Hudl YouTube channel. To find our channel, go to YouTube and search Training with Hudl. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to get access to our how-to videos and video walkthroughs. By subscribing to our channel, you'll also be notified anytime we release a new video. You can also find our videos organized by playlist to continue learning new workflows. To learn anything about Hudl, or if you need a reminder on how to do something, you can go to hudl.com/support to find tutorials, how-to videos, and quick start guides. For support, complete this form, which can be found at hudl.com/help. Once you have provided us with this information, our team will contact you shortly.